Hello everyone, welcome to Bonsai Journey. Today we are going to be working on some Juniper Itoigawa whips. This is one I made a few months ago and the wire is sort of starting to dig in now. But as you can see, we're going for some sort of tight twisted turns on these little junipers to get them started in training for being sort of shohin sized trees. So this will be the final product for today. I'm going to be doing videos showing you, what we end up with, so you sort of know what you're getting into before you start watching. Because often I skip to the end of a video before I watch it, so I know what I'm getting in for. So if you don't like it, then click away now. But this is what we're going for. So I bought these Juniper whips last year at the Heathrow show. I bought them in a group and I got a discount on them, but I think I paid about £7 each, which I was happy to pay that. And as you can see, they're about 12 inches long now, and they've grown this year. I should have probably potted them before now, but I haven't, so I've got them sat in a larger tray so they don't dry out. So what I've been doing is, in the video, as you can see, I'm taking quite a nice gauge of wire that's easy enough to bend them. I'm carefully wrapping it around, avoiding the foliage, trying not to pinch it or trap it against the stem. Any ones that are really in the way, I'm pinching them off. I'm wiring a nice even gaps all the way up, and then at the end I'm cutting off the excess and bending the tip back on itself. And then with a nice firm grip, pinching the bottom, I'm getting some early twists in down at the bottom. My goal here, I haven't got any specific shape plan for each tree before I do it. I think it's quite a fun process where you sort of feel the tree out, bend it. You think, oh, I'm going to make a bend, and a sharp turn this way, and then you do that and see how it looks, and then you think, well, do I want to go a clockwise turn to the left here, or back down again, or what have you. But one of the main things I'm doing is I'm getting a lot of twisting rotation into the tree, because you can't twist an old tree really. It's nearly impossible. But a young tree, you can twist it. You can often bend an old tree, but you can't twist an old tree. So getting in movement now and getting in twist. When the tree gets older, you'll get that nice rolling, twisting motion, and then when we do some jins and sharis, you'll get that really interesting. Maybe not. You could go for a corkscrew sort of type look, but you'll really get that wrapping look, which I love on sort of shohin junipers. So all of these are going to go. They would go in the ground, but at the moment I don't have space in the ground. But when I move house, I will be able to do that. Yeah, and it's just fun, making trees that you're sort of proud of instead of picking up something that someone else has already done most of the creative decisions for. So I really enjoy this, and within a few months they'll have. I'm feeding them quite healthily, so within a few months they'll have thickened up a bit. They'll start biting into the wire, and then I'll take it off. I would like to note that when it comes to the wire, there's different schools of thought about whether or not you want any wire scarring or not. And with junipers, or with anything, when you wire it, you want to twist the direction of the wire. So if you're wiring it clockwise, you twist it clockwise, and anti-clockwise, and so on. Because as you twist it, you'll note, if you got a piece of wire and you wrapped it around your finger and then slid your finger out, and then you grabbed either end and you twisted that wire, you would notice that it constricts as you twist it. And so as you twist the tree, it does tighten the wire onto the tree. So if you're putting lots of movement in, you don't need it that tight at all, because it will constrict naturally as you twist it, because you're shortening the gaps between the curves as you twist it. So bear that in mind, and you don't need to overkill in terms of tightness. And I don't see any point in wiring any side branches, because at the moment they're all just contributing to the health of the tree and thickening up that trunk. But the main thing is that the growing tip is going up towards the sky, because you're going to make the tree redirect its sap flow a bit, and it may get not confused, but it will slow the growth down as it figures out, which way is up after you give it some big twists. So bear that in mind. It may slow down a little bit, but certainly none of these should die off. I haven't snapped it, and part of the exercise is just showing you what is possible. You can do really sharp bends. I'm not going overkill here, because these aren't going to be marmay trees. They're going to be shohin, so I don't need to twist them that much. But one of the ones you saw at the start of the video, the demo, it's got some very tight, small twists in it, and that will probably be a marmay tree in the end. And don't be afraid of snapping. Just try and feel it out. And obviously snapping's not great, but unless you sort of break a few twigs, you won't know what's possible. And it's better to get movement in a tree than to think down the line, I wish I got some movement in it. So there, I had a bit of cut paste there, because you'll see where if you have a tree, so when I pick saplings, I pick ones with one nice long trunk, not multiple trunks. And the reason for that is where you have junctions, big junctions like splits, if it's 50% of the tree splits halfway up, left and right, they're the points that are going to have the snapping. They're the points that you're going to cause the big tear or the open wound. And it was only a small branch, but I did cause a slight tear, which is certainly going to heal off of, but I've put a little bit of cut paste on it, and I think I keep the cut paste out in case I break another one. But I'm not scared of breaking a few omelettes. So there you go. Or breaking a few eggs to make an omelette. So I'm not a massive cascade fan at all. I think this one is going to be a semi-cascade, and so I'm sort of just going across in a somewhat sort of spiraling motion, but I'm getting twist and movement into it. And later on down the line, I'll wire it again, in maybe next year, and I can be more specific with the choice, but I'm just giving it some shape for now. And there you go. Twist, twist, twist is the name of the game. I really think that with junipers, the twisting is the best. If you look at some shohin trees from Japan, they've got this lovely twisting, rolling motion in the wood. So that's really what I'm trying to create. And my bends they're not all consistent. So this one is a little bit more of it looks more like a DNA helix, but I'm trying not to be really consistent with the bends. So you don't want to sort of bend it, go up an inch, bend it again. You want there to be irregularities, because nature doesn't make things in perfect gaps. So the angles, you want to vary the angles as well. You want maybe some more acute angles, some sharper angles, some more loose angles. Have it go back on itself and experiment a bit and see what you enjoy. So there you go. Here they are. So cascades sort of on the left. 2 or 3 in a row with nice tight twisty bends. Then the last 2 I've really condensed down to much shorter trees. And I'm quite happy with how these turned out. And you'll see what we're doing next. Because they're small, in the UK we've got extreme weather. So it's August 10th, I'm filming this now, and we today have just been hit with sort of the start of another heat wave. It's only 26 degrees where I am at 6 PM, but that is hot. And to stop these from drying out, I've got some more sort of used akadama. I've punched some holes in the bottom of that tray, and I'm just topping up all around these to prevent them from drying out in these crazy hot days, from evaporating, because wind is what evaporates a lot of the soil in your pots, and so it will prevent these little ones from drying out before I uppot them. And there's one that you might notice there with raffia in there that's not part of the original batch, but there you go. And I maybe put a tiny bit of soil on top of these, because when I was wiring them, some of the topsoil had fallen out. I hope this helps. I hope this gives you confidence to work on some trees. Maybe to be a bit more industrious and work on a batch. But thank you for watching.